Welcome back, everybody, and good afternoon from the Charleston Coliseum here in Charleston, West Virginia. Chris Kidd with you, alongside me, James Barker, with Jack Withrow, our engineer, as this is the second game of our doubleheader today, both between Oakland City and West Virginia Tech. We saw the Oakland City girls remain undefeated in conference play earlier with an 89-67 win over West Virginia Tech. Now we get to see two teams, James, that are kind of middle of the road in the conference play, as West Virginia Tech comes in at 8-8, 3-3 in the conference overall. Oakland City with a good out-of-conference record, but have really struggled inside the conference this year. 7-9 overall, 1-5 in the conference, as Tech trying to climb their way into that upper echelon of the conference. Mighty Oaks trying to keep their way out of the basement of the conference right now, and this is a big position for both of them as we're here in the middle of the year.
Yeah, and both these teams statistically look very similar on paper, Chris. Obviously an 8-8 record for West Virginia Tech and a 7-9 record for Oakland City, but both averaging around 74 points per game. West Virginia Tech 74.1 and Oakland City 72.2 points per game, both giving up around 77, 76 points per game. So this is a very evenly matched game between both of these clubs. Should be an exciting brand of basketball here this afternoon from the Charleston Coliseum. When you look at Oakland City, they're led by Drake Moore, the sophomore guard, leading the way for them with 11 points per game. And then for West Virginia Tech on the other side, you have Andrew Work, the junior that leads all scorers for West Virginia Tech on the season at 14.4 points per game. So, expect those players to try to start the scoring for both clubs here this afternoon. When you look at Work, for the Golden Bears, not a guard that shoots from the outside very often. He's more of a slasher, mid-range game-type player. Only averages about 23 minutes a game, but does a lot of work when he's in. That's no pun intended. When he's in the game. So, we may not see him start tonight, but he's still the leading scorer for the Golden Bears.
Yeah, and that's going to be a big thing for them. If they don't have the scoring that they're customary to, they're going to have to find it in other ways, shapes, and forms here this afternoon against this Oakland City ball club, as both teams being introduced down on the floor right now. Oakland City already finished their introductions, and now the Golden Bears in the midst of their introductions, as we'll run through both sides here momentarily, as just trying to let the PA announcer keep from drowning us out over here at the moment, as the crowd has started to filter in a little bit more as the afternoon has gone on. And we've got a pretty good crowd on hand here for this final game of this doubleheader.
Yeah, good atmosphere here for this River States Conference basketball game between, again, two evenly matched teams, as we'll see both clubs, for me, for the first time this season, Chris.
Yeah, that's going to be the fun part of this. Again, we've got to see a lot of girls' games throughout the season. Haven't been able to see as many of the boys' contests, so it'll be fun to get to actually see both men's sides go at it here, as George Wilmore, the head coach of the Golden Bears of West Virginia Tech. On the other end, Oakland City head coach is Ken French. So now both sides come out, ready to jump it up here, as it'll be Andrew Work, Ashton Parker, Keandre King, Brant Smithers, and Bryce Radford for West Virginia Tech, Alan Sims, DJ Reading, Drake Moore, Parker Harrington, and DeMontis Sakikis in for Oakland City. As we are underway here from the Coliseum, as the West Virginia Tech controls the tip, going left to right across your computer screen here in the first quarter. And it'll be right to left for Oakland City, as nice take this time on the right side, and finishing is King for the first two of the game.
Yeah, good drive and good take by King there. Man-to-man, rolled off that screen, went straight to the bucket to get the lay-in.
Now top of the key with it, Moore gets it back up top now, as they'll set up with Sims. Now back over at top of the key again for Moore. They get it over the left side for Sakikis. He'll drive in, puts up a wild shot, won't fall. Nice offensive rebound underneath, and a good putback that time by Sims.
Sims a little out of control on the shot, got deflected, but he was still able to find a way to push it into the basket.
Now Work gets it back top of the key. Nice ball fake that time by Smithers. Dumps it off. Nice up and under move by Work, and he'll lay it in.
Well, there's Work slashing to the basket, as we mentioned in a little bit of the pregame show that we had, Chris, as he's able to go up and under on the baseline to make the easy two.
So get it over left side for Harrington. He'll get it back top of the key now for Sims. It's now Sakikis looking inside. Instead, dishes off over into the corner for Sims. Sims backing his way down here, trying to get good angle on this turnaround. Can't get it to fall. Rebound fought for by Redding. And there will be a whistle and a foul call on the Golden Bears.
You look at the Little General replay there, as you can see Work going hard to the basket there, that up and under layup to give Tech the 4-2 lead.
So now it'll be Oakland City inbounding from underneath their own basket. They get it into Sakikis. Turnaround right-handed hook won't fall, and rebound comes down to Radford. Radford, laser pass up ahead. Smithers trying to fight his way inside, kicks it back out to Radford. He'll take a straight on three off the side of the rim, no good, and rebounded by Sims. So 4-2 lead for the Golden Bears. Nearly 2 minutes gone here in the first half. It's Redding over to his right. Kicks it back up top. Force pass down low, intercepted by Redford. Here he comes. Dishes off left side. Caught in the air was Work that time, and they're going to get him. Looks like stepping out of bounds.
He got caught there in the air and couldn't make heads or tails of what to do as it got blocked back down into his lap and then stepped on the out-of-bounds stripe.
Now here comes Redding back across the timeline as West Virginia Tech will back up here into man-to-man defense. Redding can't find an opening on the right side. He'll take it over to the left instead. So he'll get the pass back, gets it over to Sims, now into the corner. Nothing open right now as the Golden Bears doing a good job protecting the perimeter at the moment. Now here comes a nice little dribble drive to the left. Pull-up jumper is off by Redding and going to get a foul underneath on Sims, it looks like, with a push.
It looked like Sims had the arm hooked there on the box out, and that caused the foul to be called. And, if you look here on your Little General instant replay, as you can see, hooked him right there, right behind the back, just for a half second. But that's just long enough to make that call.
There's Radford dribbles over into the center. Dishes off on the left side. Parker waiting, surveying, now gets it back out. Here's a long three from the right side for Smithers. Won't fall, and rebound comes down to Moore. So again, game stalled now, 4-2 here for about the last 2 minutes. Redding gets a baseline for Sims. Back up top for Sakikis. He'll step back for a three, online but too strong, and rebounded by Parker. Parker will get it over for Radford, now into the corner for Smithers. It's Work. Now back out at the top of the key, dribbles into the corner. Trying to back his way down. Nice spin move, gets to the baseline, count it, and one for Andrew Work.
Yeah, he could tell. He got that switch on the screen and got the matchup that he wanted on that low block and just leaned into with his body and was just raised up high enough elevation-wise to get the bucket off the glass, as you saw on the replay.
Now 6-2 lead for the Golden Bears as Harrington picks up his first. It's team foul number 2 now against Oakland City, and Work able to provide the three-point play. So he's got 5 of the 7 here in the opening half for the Golden Bears. 7-2 lead. So get it up top. Moore trying to work his way in, gets it to Sims. Sims thought about it, instead dumps it down low, gets it back, now finds a little crease, tries to attack the interior, but lost it on the way in. Now back the other way comes King, drives in hard, and he'll lay it in on the left side. So good transition that time by the Golden Bears. As Coach Wilmore trying to implore his defense as they've played tough D here in the opening 4-minute frame of this contest. Redding down low, his pass deflected away by Parker. Mighty Oaks get it back. In the middle comes Sims trying to drive in. Count it, and one. Good defense by Parker initially there, but Sims was just relentless trying to get to that block and was able to spin it in and get a chance for a three-point play.
That's a matchup it looks like that the Mighty Oaks want to go after, as Sims going at number 3 there. Chris, as I can't find his name real fast, but
Ashton Parker.
Ashton Parker. They wanted to go at him, and underneath there, as you saw on the replay, it's a matchup that they've tried to exploit a few times down the floor now.
And Parker's been able to hold his own throughout the start of this contest, but like you said, seems like that's going to be a matchup that they see favorable to them. Work, what a pass on the drive in, kicks it out to Smithers. His three won't fall, though, as he's missed his first couple from the outside. Now here comes Redding. Fakes the handoff, takes it into the left corner, dumps it down to Sakikis. Looks turnaround jumper for him, won't fall, and rebounded by Parker. Now 9-5 lead for the Golden Bears. Parker drives into the middle, he's cut off, kicks it back up top, now to Radford. He'll get a screen from Smithers, takes it over towards the right baseline, and he'll connect on the jumper.
Good pull-up jumper there from Radford, another good screen and roll, and right now it's a little bit of a matchup issue for the Mighty Oaks, as it's this inside mid-range game has been really good for the Golden Bears so far.
And a late whistle there on that wild shot by Moore. I was wondering what in the world was that shot selection by Moore, but now I kind of get it. He felt the contact and was trying to get the and one or at least get 2 free throws out of it. It's actually a very smart play by Moore. And it looks like they're going to get that foul on Keandre Kings. That'll be his first. His first free throw falls through for Harrington. Now going to get a couple substitutions into the game as Salou Diop checks in for West Virginia Tech. And he's a transfer from the University of Charleston as Harrington connects on both free throws. 11-7 now the score in favor of the Golden Bears. 14:40 to go in the first half. Up top, Luke Bass is checked into the game, dishes off left side. Deep three will fall for Keandre King.
Big three from King, 7 points in the first half so far for King, as the Golden Bears, they've scored inside, they've scored mid-range, and now they've scored on the outside as well.
Harrington gets it over to the right elbow. Nice take by Sims. That time went right at Diop. Welcome to the game, Diop, as Sims gets his 7th point.
Yeah, he just went right through Diop to the basket as Work loses the handle there.
And again, Work looked like he was trying to mimic what Sims did on the other end, back the other way. Boy, and there's Diop. Welcome to the game indeed as he gets the block there, but there's Sims once again to clean up the dirty laundry.
Yeah, Sims now with all points in the paint for the Mighty Oaks, but Diop a big block back on the other end. You can see with this long reach, we can see why he's a protector of the paint.
Now Work once again tries to force his way inside and once again loses it. They get it up ahead as Moore lost it off his leg and out of bounds, and that'll give it back over to the Golden Bears.
As you can see here on our little general instant replay, the drive in and Diop with the block that's close, really close to maybe a goaltend there. Couldn't tell if it was coming off the glass or he put it on the glass, but really, really close there on that end. But Oakland City able to get the bucket on that possession regardless, so nothing to look back at later in the game. If you look, another steal for the Mighty Oaks. You'll get a jump ball there, as right now that's like back-to-back-to-back turnovers for the Golden Bears.
Yeah, again, Tech's just been a little out of sorts on their last couple of possessions here. Again, they were doing a good job penetrating, getting those baseline jumpers. It seems like they've just been trying to force their way inside a little too much right now. Oakland City's been doing a good job of holding their weight inside. And see if West Virginia Tech tries to revert back to that baseline game they had early on, as now it looks like we're going to get an offensive foul on the other end as well, as that one's going to go against Drake Moore.
Now Moore with the extension of the arm there, and that's going to get called just about every single time. As he's going to go talk to the official about why you made that call, and he's going to tell him exactly, when you extend that arm to try to create that space, I'm going to call that every single time as an offensive foul.
Now Sims will take a little breather along the bench. So he'll get himself a chance to rest here after a strong start to this game for him, as Tyquez Priester checks in. They get it over to the right side. Dribble drive by Parker. Tried to get inside but lost control of it on the way up.
Yeah, Sakikis did a really good job of closing down that lane and then staying vertical instead of reaching in or trying to go for the block, and that's why the foul was not called even though there was contact.
They get it to Priester. His turnaround rattles around but won't fall through, and rebound comes down to Parker. Parker across the timeline. 12:20 to go in the opening half. Nice stutter step drive, but couldn't finish as Sakikis got in the way down low. They'll get it back to Sakikis, trailing the play. Looks inside for Priester. Poked away, ball loose. Priester gets it back into the left corner. 3 on the way. Harrington can't get it to fall, and rebounded by the Golden Bears.
And work with it now, looking up ahead as this pace has been maddening so far, Chris.
As Vass goes for 3, can't convert, and they're going to get an over the back here. Easy call there against Parker. Yeah, right now both sides, you said, James, they got no problems just getting up and down the floor. But both teams struggling from the outside here in the early going. As King had a 3, but that's been the only one we've seen thus far. And we get a timeout here. And that'll be immediate timeout, so we'll take it as well with 11:55 to go in the first half. West Virginia Tech leads Oakland City 14-11. You are watching West Virginia Tech Golden Bear basketball right here on Video Productions.
Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia High School athletics and our area student athletes. Beckley Auto Mall with 3 locations for your convenience. 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, 2723 Old Bluefield Road in Princeton, and 368 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia student athletes, a winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
Hi, I'm Bo.
And I'm Chris.
And we are the guys to call for
14-11, West Virginia Tech leading Oakland City. 11:55 to go here in the first half. Chris Kidd with you, alongside me, James Barker, Jack Withrow, our engineer. And it's been a hectic pace here in the first 8 minutes, James. Offenses, though, have started to sputter a little bit as of the last few minutes.
Yeah, we've seen a lot more points in the paint than we have from outside shots, but that may change if they start to close down the paint like Diop has done.
Oh, and there he is again, his second block since coming into the game. They're going to say out of bounds off of Oakland City, or actually a foul rather on Priester. They're going to get him on the hack.
Now you look at Diop's block there and his ability to stay vertical and protect the rim. Body-wise, I think that's why you saw you saw Sims go at him on that very first possession. You can attack his physicality, but you cannot attack him vertically. And that's what Priester tried to do there and got a little frustrated after the block.
They'll get it over for Radford on the left side. Swings it now for Work. Work had a strong start to the game with 5 quick points. They started to key on him a little bit more since then. The shot clock under 10. Radford takes a tough step back contested jumper, won't fall, and rebound comes down into the corner for Jake Cochran.
Such a tough step back shot there from Radford. You have to have strong legs to get that up after that huge step back.
They get it to Priester now, trying to go to Work on the inside, and once again rejected by Diop. And nice save by Work underneath. Found it right between the wickets in the 5-hole of Worry, who just checked in. Now they get it to Work. He'll drive baseline, gives it off to Diop, kicks it back up top. Smithers drives over left side. Pull-up jumper is there. Brant Smithers with his first points.
Good ball movement there from the Golden Bears. Work kicks it back outside. Diop didn't like the shot from about 7 feet away, so he kicks it out, and Smithers makes a good drive.
16-11 now in favor of Tech. Closing it on the halfway point of the opening half. It's Redding. Takes it on the left baseline, working it on Radford. Turnaround jumper won't fall for Redding, and Radford grabs the rebound.
And you can see even those shots 5-6 feet away from the basket, Diop has the ability to change that trajectory, change the way the shot is going up, and he's been really tough to handle so far inside for Oakland City.
Work will get it up top. King, he hit a three earlier, this time off the mark. Diop tips the rebound, but it's controlled by Oakland City as Reading chases it down.
And there's the difference. And again, as the way his body type is, the physicality part of the game is where he's going to struggle. Got pushed away from that rebound down there to try to get an offensive board.
Now Harrington drives baseline. Now picks up his dribble in a really tough spot. Tries to throw it out, and it's intercepted by Smithers. Here he comes up the right side. Didn't have the numbers or the angle, so he gets it back out to Work. Again, 5-point lead for the Golden Bears as they set up.
Smart play from Smithers to pull that back outside and give it back to Work to set up the offense. And you can see Work trying to move the ball around now.
And Smithers had a three online that time, but just came up short. And he's been close on several attempts here in the first half. You can tell he's definitely one of the big outside shooters for this club. But kind of like what we saw in the first game with Faith Silva, had trouble getting going in that first half. There's a nice take on the left side that time and finished by Cochran.
And a good move there from Cochran. Only averages 4 points per game, but a really smart play, basketball IQ there from Cochran.
Yeah, he was able to see Diop was far enough away from the basket, so he had just enough time to get there before those long arms could come over and deflect another shot. Smithers drives in left side, slams on the brakes, kicks it out, Work straight on three, and Andrew Work ends his silence here after that opening salvo. He's now got 8 points.
Yeah, only average taking 1-3 a game, and he only shoots about 20% from beyond the arc, but he's able to make that one go. So a big shot from Work, and when you can get him going from the outside, it's going to be a difficult defensive day for the Oakland City Mighty Oaks.
As now Cochran lost it on the way in, rebound or taken away though, kept alive by Worry. His shot won't fall and taken now by Andrew Work. Work will swing it over for King. Thought about a three, gives it off to Diop. Again, Diop gives it back over for King. Under 8 minutes remaining here in the first half. Radford in the left corner, back out for Smithers. Now over to Work, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Work will kick it up top. King will take a three falling away, and he hits his second three of the half.
Beautiful slip screen there from Keandre King. You thought you were going to get a pick and roll. He slips to the top of the key and nails a three, and the Golden Bears with their largest lead of the game at 9.
And again, just like that, this game was tight, and now West Virginia Tech has opened up their largest lead of the half. Cochran trying to whittle it down. His three off the mark. Rebound comes down to Radford. Now a chance for a double-digit lead on this trip for the Golden Bears. Nice feed to Diop. Went for the slam, but Weary got just enough of it to avoid being on a poster later on.
Yeah, that was a great block on the other end as another three from the corner can't go for the Mighty Oaks.
And again, they can't buy a three with a credit card right now. It's been rough sledding from the outside for Oakland City in this opening half. And now a timeout by the Golden Bears. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep things here with 6:48 remaining in the first half. Yeah, we'll take a look at that last three for Tech here, James.
Yeah, you see that slip screen there from King, gets to the top of the key. No real pressure on the shot, and a smooth stroke from King to give Tech their largest lead at 9 of the game. As when you're looking at these statistics, Chris, the Mighty Oaks 0 of 4 from 3 so far in this game. They're 4 of 17 from the field. So it's almost like the game we saw from the women's game earlier today. The Mighty Oaks just can't get anything to fall from the outside, can't get anything to go from the field, while the Golden Bears, on the other hand, have hit big shots from the outside and are trying to extend this lead here in the first half.
Yeah, because it's been some lulls in the offensive sets, but that's mainly been because of the tough defense on both sides. And obviously Alan Sims not being in the game right now is really hurting Oakland City because he was the one that was providing the offense. He had 9 other points early on. Only 4 points have come from any other Oakland City player. Now here's Radford with it on the left side. Radford dishes it back to Work. Nice jump step into the lane, kicks it out to Smithers, puts up a baseline floater, won't fall, and rebounded on the backside by Harrington. Again, only one field goal has gone to a Mighty Oaks player not named Sims, and that was Cochran on the layup earlier. So somebody's got to find the range here for Oakland City and find it in a hurry to try and make sure they don't fall behind double digits. Worry going to work on Diop. Tough challenge, but goes up with the left hand, and he gets the friendly roll.
Yeah, good job there of, again, tacking the body of Diop, going into him instead of trying to go over him, and that's where you get those points from Worry.
Now Work gets into the paint, kicks it out. Now over to Radford. He'll penetrate in. Nice find. Now back out to King. He's had the hot hand, but can't finish this three. Rebound comes down to Priester. So now Oakland City kind of slowing things down a little bit now. Perhaps trying to make sure that this stays within range with Sims on the bench. But now it's Worry who's starting to dominate down low as he's got position on Diop twice in a row.
A little high post, or excuse me, a wing screen there, and Radford kind of got lost in the mix on the switch, and it became an easy bucket for Worry to go in.
And now Work with a tough drive, but can't finish. Volleyball a mile into the air and lost by Oakland City. Diop there to pick it up. As we hit 5 minutes to go here in the first half. 22-17, West Virginia Tech leads it. It's down to 15 on the shot clock. Work will drive in, finds himself in a tough spot with Worry in front of him. Kicks it back out to Radford. Down to 7 now on the shot clock. Gets it over to Work. 5 seconds left to fire it up from the corner. Got halfway down and popped out.
A good defensive set there for Oakland City. In the last few trips down, they have played really good defense on that side of the ball. Big possession here, Chris, as we head into the last part here of the first half.
Looking down low, Moore able to give it off to Worry. Backs in on Diop as went up with the left hook but couldn't get it to fall. That's it.
Diop motion to the bench. So he is exhausted right now. So you may see a substitution for him very, very soon. But, you know, again, Worry has given Diop some trouble with that physicality that he brings off the bench.
And he's got close to the size of Diop as well as Diop gets it in the middle. He goes with a nice fake but can't finish with the left hand. Now a chance for Oakland City to cut this down to a one-possession lead on this trip. Worry, straight on jumper, short. Rebound, nice job by Radford tipping that over to King. Again, this has been a very quick first half here from the Charleston Coliseum in Charleston, West Virginia. Backing in is Work. Tried to dish it off to Diop, but Cochran took it away, and now going to be a foul on the fight for the loose ball that time. Looks like they're going to get it against King, and if so, that'll be his second.
I believe that that was going to be on Work, Chris, as they're going to call that foul on him as on the reach-in.
Yeah, it will be against Andrew Work, and with under 4 minutes to go now in the first half, we'll step aside for our second media timeout with Tech leading at 22-17 as you're watching West Virginia Tech Golden Bear basketball action right here on Video Productions.
Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia High School athletics and our area student athletes. Beckley Auto Mall with 3 locations for your convenience. 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, 2723 Old Bluefield Road in Princeton, and 368 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia student athletes, a winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
3:36 to go here in the first half. West Virginia Tech leading Oakland City 22-17. Chris Kidd and James Barker here with you. Jack Withrow, our engineer. And after West Virginia Tech opened up that 9-point lead a moment ago, James, seemed like they might have a chance to really put the clamps down on Oakland City, but they battled back here to tighten this game back up with Sims on the bench.
Yeah, and you're starting to see a defensive change here for the Golden Bears, gone to a 2-3 zone to see if they can stop the inside presence of Worry, who's really been great off the bench for the Mighty Oaks.
And it's a good adjustment because Oakland City has yet to knock down a 3-point jumper and couldn't that time either on Moore's attempt. Little floater won't fall that time for the Bears, and now Oakland City with the ball, still trailing it by 5, and they've got Sims at the scorers table here along with Sakickas, ready to come back in. That's Priester. We'll get it up top for Redding. Now they'll swing it over. Nice drive this time by Moore, but ends up losing it on the way in. So here comes Tech back the other way. They go inside. Now nice kick out for Radford. His 3 rattles home from the corner.
Radford's 5th point of the half. And it was a big shot. That could have been a big swing. Could have gone down to a 1-possession game for Oakland City, but big shot from Radford and the Golden Bears there.
They go inside. Nice fake by Weary, but still rejected, but then fouled after the fact. So they'll send him to the free throw line. I was trying to see. I'm a little surprised that Sims has been out this long in the game. I thought I maybe had something wrong on my stat sheet here, but he only had the 1 foul here in the first half. So it's interesting that he set for so long with 9 points that quickly in the first half.
Only averaging 22 minutes a game, though, when you kind of extrapolate that over the first half of play. Probably something that
could be injury related.
Coach French has done is, sits him for, a longer period of time in the first half so he can play more minutes in the second half.
Yeah, like we said, could be any of those reasons. Obviously, that's why we're sitting over here and
Absolutely.
not over on that bench. But yeah, I just kept looking. I was like, did I have his fouls wrong? Did he have 2 instead of 1 maybe? But now he is back into the fray after where he hits both free throws. 25-19, West Virginia Tech leads it. Smithers gets it baseline for Parker. Back up top for Smithers as we fall under 2 minutes to go. Tough left-handed runner won't fall, and rebound tipped out to Moore. Now they get it up ahead to Sims. And still the leading scorer here for the Mighty Oaks with 9 points in the first half. They get it up top for Cochran. Tried to force one into the center, and Radford got his hands on it. He'll dribble up, pulls up for 3 online, but just short. Trying to tip it in was Parker, but couldn't get it down.
Great hands from Radford there on the steal, just real quick, able to deflect it into the lane to himself. Just misses the 3 on the other end. And we're at a point in the half where possessions matter here late, and that's another turnover for the Mighty Oaks.
And Sims tried to get baseline that time, slipped as he was trying to reverse field, and that'll give it back over to West Virginia Tech. And now a substitution here as Redding will check back in. And that'll send Cochran over to the bench. And now final few possessions of the half here. We'll see if Tech's able to open up a little bit more of a lead or if Oakland City can tighten things up. As we said, Oakland City near the bottom of the conference right now, with West Virginia Tech standing about middle of the way, trying to move further up here this afternoon, and Radford's pass gets away and out of bounds.
These are back-to-back turnovers for both clubs, as we'll now see Diop check back in as Parker will come out. And we'll see, 2-possession game with 6-point lead for the Golden Bears. Oakland City has kind of clawed back into this game, Chris. It was that 9-point lead for West Virginia Tech, and you thought maybe they would run away with it there in the first half of play, but now Oakland City back into it, a 2-3 zone. As Worry gets it inside, he'll go at Diop again.
Well, and this time Diop wins the battle as he's able to deflect the ball away, but he gets it back, gives it off for Redding, and he hits the little 4-footer.
Yeah, Diop may have won the battle, but Worry wins the war, gets the rebound, and finds a way to give off the assist.
Now 30 seconds left in the half, and Sims with a steal at midcourt. Drives in strong on Work, and Work got a piece of it to deflect it away. Sakickas fighting for the ball, loose in the corner. Redding chases it down. He'll drive back in, no whistle. Sims grabs the board, and he'll lay it in.
10 points for Sims now in a flurry of action there and physicality from both clubs.
Down to 7 seconds left in the half. Radford down to 4. Going to have to hurry here. Gets a screen. Deep 3 on the way. Short. And that'll do it for the first half of action as Oakland City storms back from 9 down to close the gap to 2 here at the intermission. Well, James and I are going to step aside for a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll talk about the first half of action here from the Charleston Coliseum as you're watching West Virginia Tech Golden Bear basketball action right here on Video Productions.
Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia High School athletics and our area student athletes. Beckley Auto Mall with 3 locations for your convenience. 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, 2723 Old Bluefield Road in Princeton, and 368 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia student athletes, a winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment Champion Mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
Unlock the money already in your home at City National Bank. Consolidate loans or fund your next big project with a home equity line of credit with a great low intro rate. Visit your local branch to get started. City National Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Learn more at homeequity.bankatcity.com.
(25-23) West Virginia Tech leading Oakland City here at the half. Chris Kidd and James Barker here with you from the Charleston Coliseum. Jack Withrow, our engineer. And it was a game of 20 minutes of a game, James, that never really felt like it was kind of all together. Again, you had moments of spurts, you had moments of really good defense on both sides. Never really got into quite of a rhythm, but yet there's a big chess match going on both sides, it felt like, in the first half. You saw some good adjustments by Coach French along with Coach Wilmore in the first half. Seems like both teams kind of filling each other out as West Virginia Tech got the better of it there through the midway point of the first half. But Oakland City started to close strong there at the end of the half.
Yeah, and really, Chris, when you look at this game in a nutshell, from the beginning of the game, statistically, both these teams, we said, match up very evenly across the board. You know, we thought Tech there in the middle of the first half was going to kind of get a little spurt, get a run away with this game a little bit. They had shot well from the outside. They had really played really good defense at a point inside on the paint against Oakland City. And then about with 6 minutes to go, once that media timeout hit there, Chris, from that moment on, we really started to see the focus of Oakland City to work the ball inside, worry off the bench. Did a really good job while he was in the game to, really attack the presence of Diop physically in the paint. And I think that's where you kind of saw the game turn around for the Mighty Oaks. From the Tech side, you have 2 scorers primarily in the first half for them, with Keandre King with 10 points and Work with 8 points, and then Radford with 1-3 from the outside there. And he has 5 points in the first half. But when you look down the roster for Oakland City, you have a lot more scorers, a lot more movement inside. We'll see Sims a lot more as well, Chris. And actually, I think you'll probably see, if you're Coach French, you may even want to go Sims and Worry on the inside as well, because that's been the benefit when you look at points in the paint. Oakland City with 18 points in the paint of their 23, West Virginia Tech only with 8.
Yeah, and that's a good point to make about having both of them on the inside, because, Oakland City's outside shooting has just been non-existent here in the first half. If not knocked down a 3, they've gone over, while West Virginia Tech's 4-15 from three-point land, which has helped make up this difference for West Virginia Tech's lead. But that'd be interesting to see them go with both Weary and Sims here in the start of the second half, just to see what that two-headed monster might do, because you got Diop down low to help out, but if you got both inside, that's going to force West Virginia Tech to go a little bit bigger, and that may end up slowing down their guard play a little bit as well in that transition game they've had in the first half.
Yeah, and I think when you look at West Virginia Tech, a lot of their points coming from that transition game that you mentioned, Chris, and I think you look at this game, when the game's been in the half court, it's had that slow pace, that slow set. Oakland City has had that advantage. When the game has been sped up, you could see the Golden Bears with an advantage on the floor, as they're just a little bit quicker at the guard play, a little bit better shooters from the outside, at least so far in this matchup.
Yeah, I agree with that. It'll be interesting to see what Coach French and Wilmore do once we come out of the break here. Well, we're going to step aside for another 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the first half of action here from the Charleston Coliseum, as you are watching West Virginia Tech Golden Bear basketball action right here on Video Productions.
Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia High School athletics and our area student athletes. Beckley Auto Mall, with 3 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, 2723 Old Bluefield Road in Princeton, and 368 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia student athletes, a winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
Hi, I'm Bo.
And I'm Chris.
And we are the guys to call for windows, siding, and doors.
You know why?
Sure I do. Because of Window World of Beckley, we install energy-efficient windows, siding, and doors to homeowners all throughout southern West Virginia.
We'll give you our promise: superior products, professionally installed at a guaranteed low price.
We make financing easy with our no interest for 18 months.
Don't wait. There's no better time like the present.
Call us at 1-800-NEXT-WINDOW.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you. Little General Stores, your
getting ready for the start of the second half here from the Charleston Coliseum in Charleston, West Virginia. Chris Kidd and James Barker with you. Jack Withrow, our engineer. And it is a 25-23 game at the moment. It was the first half of runs on both sides. So it'll be interesting to see who gets out quick here at the start of the second half, James. But it's been West Virginia Tech that's led predominantly the entire game.
Now they have. They've controlled the tempo, too, from start to finish, or well, at least from start to about the 6-minute mark of the first half. And, you know, I think you're going to see a different style of basketball here in the second half of play, a much more aggressive defensive style of basketball from both clubs.
Well, it'll be West Virginia Tech with the ball first as they're going right to left across your computer screen and television, with Oakland City going left to right. As tough take that time, pulled back out by West Virginia Tech. Jumper falls off that time for work, and here comes Oakland City with a chance to tie or take the lead.
Now, it'll be the first time that they have had that opportunity since it was 2-2.
Now they get it inside, goes off the hands. Looked like initially like it may have been off the hands of Moore, but they're going to say last touch by Tech. So it'll be Redding to inbound from underneath his own basket. He'll trigger it into Sakikis. Nice fake and drive, and he's able to even things up as we're back to all square for the first time since early in this contest.
Yeah, first points of the game, too, for Sakikis. Beautiful head fake and then drive on that left baseline.
Here is work at the top of the key. Gives it off for Smithers. Now near side for King. King led them in scoring in the first half with 10 points. Couldn't bank it in here, and now a chance for Oakland City to take the lead. And this is a team that's near the basement in conference play, with West Virginia Tech about middle of the road. But Oakland City does have a good out-of-conference record, 7-9 overall. It's a kick of step backs for three, no good, and a nice strong rebound by Parker. Again, this is a West Virginia Tech club that's 8-8 overall, and now there's work. Taking it baseline and slams it home, and he's into double figures now with 10 points.
Yeah, good drive from work, wide open. It was a good set play down here from Oakland City as well, as they had that double screen and then a pick and pop from Sakikis. So we'll see if they continue to try to shoot from the outside. They have not shot well tonight from the outside, though.
Now here's Sims penetrating in, fakes one way, goes to the middle, turnaround jumper, got halfway down and popped out. Sims led all scorers in the first half with 11 points, but couldn't buy that one. Now here's work at the top of the key. Dribbles over to his left against Harrington. Got caught in midair that time and threw it away. Here comes Sims charging up the right side. Stutter steps on Smithers, goes in, and that is a goaltend. Easy call there, and Sims now with 13 points.
Sims able to get that bucket there, went right at the defender for the Golden Bears and really attacked the rim there. And you know, we have seen this game amp up with the energy here, Chris, to start this second half.
And a little over 2 minutes gone here in the second half. Bradford getting a screen up top, looking for a give and go that time, and instead goes to Smithers in the corner, and he buries a big three for West Virginia Tech.
Big three there from Smithers, and so far what we've seen is Oakland City be able to tie this game up, but every time they have, the Golden Bears have had an answer.
And we said Smithers was close a lot in the first half on getting himself going from the outside, but couldn't buy one. Finally able to get one to fall. That jumper by Moore is short, and here come the Golden Bears with a 3-point lead. The largest lead for either side was 9 points for Tech in the first half. Now there's a steal by Sakikis. He'll give it off to Redding across the timeline into the corner. Moore drives baseline, tried to force a tough pass into the corner for Harrington, and Smithers bats it away.
As you look at our little general instant replay, three from the right corner for Smithers. Very pure shot there for the young freshman.
Out of Williamstown, Kentucky. That's his turnaround jumper by Sims. It's short. Rebound taken away by Tech. Into the front court comes King. Circles around, kicks it out. Now back to King.
Again, this is the pace that I think favors Tech right now, this half-court offensive set, as we see a hard fall there from Work.
Yeah, again, he got caught in midair and just crashed to the ground that time. You could hear the thud as he went down. And let's take a look at it here, James, on our replay.
Yeah, right on that elbow or that arm is what you saw hit the ground the floor first. As Work seems to be okay as he'll stand at the line to shoot two.
As they call the foul on Harrington, and again, nothing malicious in that, just they both got tangled up in midair, and there was just nowhere safe for Work to land after he was coming to the ground as he's able to convert on the first free throw. It's 2 for 2 from the line now tonight. As this try and push the lead back up to 5. And Work able to convert on both.
Yeah, for Oakland City, though, the question becomes, now you're at the 16-minute mark here of the second half. You win, and there's a bad turnover there. It looked like Redding just kind of miscalculated where Moore was going to be at and kind of short-hopped him on the bounce pass.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. It was just like an in-between bounce chest pass almost that time, and it just got booted over the scores table. So now a chance for Tech to try and extend on this lead, and there's a kick ball by Sims, and it'll stay here.
Well, I was going to say, we saw Worry come into the game, have a lot of success on the inside, whether it was against Diop or whoever. He had some success. If you're Oakland City, you are 0 of 6 from deep. At what point in time do you scrap that plan and play two strong guys on the inside and try to just go from the inside out?
Wow, and what a move that time by Work. He just exploded out of a cannon along that right side to get all the way to the rack. And he's now got 14 points, and this lead has quickly been built back up to 7 for the Golden Bears. Now Sakikis tried to drive baseline, cut off nicely by Work. Swing it around. Harrington, they'll try it with Sims. Sims, collision down low, no whistle called as they felt like maybe Parker had flopped that time, but Sims gets the basket and a timeout here with 15:40 to go in the second half. As we'll see what they want here, a 30 or a full timeout. And no one's ever officially signaled what it is here. So it looks like it's a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay here with West Virginia Tech leading at 34-29. We'll take a look here at the Work layup we will here in a moment, but it was just a great explosive play by Work, and he's been able to do that most of this afternoon, James.
Yeah, it's been interesting, Chris, when you watch the way Tech plays. Radford's the guard from the outside, and you can see Work here on that, just splits two defenders, and he gets a great move up and under to get the layup. But, Work is that slasher, that point guard that can get to the rim, and then you have almost Radford as that secondary point guard, not necessarily a shooting guard because he handles it just as much as Work does, but he's the shooter from the outside. So it's a pretty interesting dynamic that they have with those two.
Well, now out of the 30-second timeout, it'll be Golden Bears basketball leading at 34-29. 15:40 to go here in the contest. As Radford makes sure that Work stays back with him. He didn't want to get into a double team there between Moore and Sims. Now Radford will get the ball on the left side, gives it back to Work. Drives in, nice kick out to King, open three. Can't get it to fall, tip in won't go, another tip won't fall. Tipped out long, still controlled by West Virginia Tech. Nice fight for them on the boards. Radford three in the corner, and it pays off for the Golden Bears.
That ball movement, that extra pass there from King to Radford, just everything going right there for West Virginia Tech on that possession as they now take an 8-point lead, their second largest lead of the game.
Now it's time to see if Oakland City has a response in them. Sims, well beyond on the left wing, picks up his dribble as Smithers tried to take it away from him, but may get called for a reach-in foul instead here.
Yeah, you missed the shot here on this replay that we've got here, Chris. Missed the tip in. It's almost tipped in again, and then just a mad scramble for the ball. But look at this extra pass from King. Beautiful swing. Radford right there in the corner. Beautiful stroke to give the Golden Bears that three.
And just excellent team basketball there by West Virginia Tech. As they'll inbound it, Harrington, top of the key for Sakikis. Trying to drive in, gets by Work all the way to the basket, and nice move by the big man.
Yes, Sakikis getting to the basket there, and that's something that we've seen Oakland City have success with, but they just haven't gone to it enough here this afternoon.
Work with it on the right side. Kicks it out for King. Going to try another three, and this time he connects.
His third three of the game, 13 points, and a big stroke from King on the outside to give the Golden Bears their largest lead of the game at 9.
That's 3 3-pointers in the second half now for Tech. 7 for the game, and count it, and the foul. Sakikis now, after being quiet in the first half, he's exploding here in the second half as well.
And what we've seen, Chris, is when Oakland City will attack the paint. If you see on this little general replay here on the three-pointer from King, that's a beautiful shot from that young man. But when you see Oakland City with the attacking the paint, Sakikis or Worry or even Sims on the inside, they have had success. They just have not done it every trip down.
Right now they continue to try and claw back. As West Virginia Tech equaled their largest lead a moment ago of 9. King trying to push it back to that online, but just short.
It's one of those Chris Kidd heat check shots right there.
Lord, if you just seen me in the gym the other day trying to shoot, there was nothing heat check about it. That was freezing cold inside that place. Well, someone who's been hot all afternoon is Sims, and he continues to do work down low. He's got 17 points now. And now timeout here by the Golden Bears. See if they want a 30 or a full. It'll be a full, so we'll step aside as well with 13:32 remaining, and the Golden Bears leading by 4. You're watching West Virginia Tech basketball action with us right here on Video Productions.
Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia High School athletics and our area student athletes. Beckley Auto Mall with 3 locations for your convenience. 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, 2723 Old Bluefield Road in Princeton, and 368 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia's student athletes, a winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations.
40-36 in favor of West Virginia Tech, as we have 13:32 remaining here in the second half. Chris Kidd and James Barker with you. Jack Withrow, our engineer, is out of the timeout by the Golden Bears. Again, led it by 9 a moment ago, but 5 quick points by the Mighty Oaks have closed the gap, and now a chance for more as Sims in a foot race. He'll win it to the basket, and the lead down to 2 once again.
Yeah, Sims has been absolutely a tear inside the paint, gets the steal and the lay-in there, and Tech had a 9-point lead. It's a 7-0 run for the Mighty Oaks.
And it's been a second half of swings here today, really an entire game of swings. And largest lead for either side has been 9. Radford straight on 3, and he'll connect.
Third 3 of the game for Bryce Radford as the sophomore continues his hot hand from the outside. pushes the lead back up to 5. And we mentioned this. The Golden Bears, they get a big lead. Oakland City scraps back, and then for whatever reason, the Golden Bears have an answer. They've had one all afternoon.
And that's the 8-3 they've knocked down on the afternoon. Still no three-pointers on the game for Oakland City as Sims was stripped. But they'll keep the ball.
Look at Diop with the screen, and then you don't hedge the screen, and Radford's able to come out and drain the three from the top of the key. As the Golden Bears a 5-point lead, Chris, as we'll see Worry check back in, who had a great first half.
Yeah, they check him in along with Priester here as Worry picks up his dribble. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Redding has to force it up. Can't get it to fall. Now rebound taken away by King. 12:15 to go here in the second half. They'll get it over for Radford. Again, he's had the hot hand so far in the second half. He's got 11 points overall. Steps back, can't find an opening, and gives it off for Work. Work, nice penetration against Priester, and he'll draw the foul. Once again, Work goes crashing to the ground, and man, he's spent more time on the ground than the Mops here in the Civic Center the last couple of moments, but he's playing hard to try and extend this lead as much as he can, as he's had a terrific start to the second half.
You look at your Little General instant replay there and the bump that he got as he went to the basket.
And now it's media timeout. 12 minutes remaining here from the Charleston Coliseum. We'll be back after this as you're watching West Virginia Tech men's basketball action with us here on Video Productions.
Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia High School athletics and our area student athletes. Beckley Auto Mall with 3 locations for your convenience. 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, 2723 Old Bluefield Road in Princeton, and 368 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia student athletes, a winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
$12 minutes to go here in the second half from the Charleston Coliseum. Chris Kidd and James Barker with you. Jack Withrow, our engineer, as Andrew Work to the free throw line. He's 3 of 3 here today. Make it 4 of 4 as he sinks the first.
Work that slasher. Did just that. Slashed to the basket, trying to get the layup, but got fouled on the way, and the Golden Bears continue to find answers here. Push their lead back up to 7.
As Work hits on both free throws. Now checking into the game for the first time will be Darren Martin for the Golden Bears. And Work will get much-deserved break right now as Sims getting a break as well on the other side for Oakland City. Again, Oakland City was able to close the gap back down to 2 a moment ago. Now it's back up to 7. We've kind of ping-pong back and forth between 9 and 2 as of late. And there's the first 3 of the game. And Drake Moore converts it for Oakland City.
Now Moore with a huge shot there for the Mighty Oaks. It's like you mentioned, Chris, first 3 of the game for Oakland City, and it couldn't come at a better time.
And the lead down to 4 now as Radford gets caught on the left wing, kicks it out for Smithers, into the corner for King. King, eyeing on the shot clock, drives in, lost control of it, and it hit him on the shoulder on the way out. That'll give it back over to Oakland City.
Good defense there from Oakland City, as we'll see Sims check back in. You mentioned, you were worried about him there at the end of the first half. Hadn't been in the game for a while, and you get a quick rest here in the second half. So we can see where the allotment of minutes comes from Coach French.
Yeah, you'd have thought I had Sims over on FanDuel or something for a moment. But now he's back into the contest. Nice look down low for Weary. Wow, nice little bounce pass over. Count it. And the foul as Priester able to lay it in through the contact.
Absolutely. They are going to count this basket for Priester. As you look at the replay here, Chris, is good give and go there, and Worry just again with offensively in the first half, it was him attacking the basket there. A great pass to Priester slashing in the lane. And Oakland City with a chance to cut this to a 1-point game, which would be the smallest deficit we've had since a 2-2 tie.
And free throw rolls off for Priester. Rebounded underneath by Tech. And still a 2-point lead for the Golden Bears. Again, they've led the entire contest, and now we get a whistle and a foul out front as Redding will be called for his first foul. So we're nearly midway through this second half. As we said, it's been back and forth. Tech building a bit of a breathing room here and there, with Oakland City fighting back to close it to 2-1 on several occasions, as Radford could not hit on this three. And now a chance to tie or take the lead on this trip for the Mighty Oaks. Sims in the corner, trying to go inside on Work, has to pick up his dribble, goes to Redding. Redding backing down on Radford. Late whistle and a charge called. And the Oakland City bench cannot believe it, as they thought they had the basket and the foul.
Now, if you look at that, and probably an extension of the arm, as Jack has the replay for us right here. There it is. As you can see, just an extension of the elbow. It's a late whistle, right call, late whistle, and I think that's where you get that reaction from the bench. Is that's where you're looking at the extension of the arm, and just because it's a late whistle doesn't mean it's not the right call.
I agree, and and that is typically what ends up getting coaches annoyed and disagreeing, is whenever it is a little bit late like that. But I would rather it be late and be correct. And I think maybe they had the foul on a different number there. And
correct, and then they had to make the correction again, which, again, as a head coach, when you feel like you got the wrong call and then you got the wrong player that was called as well, that's going to make you a little upset. I've been in those positions before.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's one of those moments where the referee didn't mean to mess that up, but it's just like compounding one mistake after another after you've already made someone mad.
Right.
So now up top with it, Parker goes to work, drives inside on Weary, and Parker finishes. That's his first bucket of the game.
Yeah, for a guy that averages 10 a game, Parker getting his first bucket at about the 10-minute mark here in the second half. We've started to see this game really move to the paint.
And now nice defensive play on the other end. Parker tips it away into Work's hands. He drives in hard on Sims. Layup will fall.
Work just so good at the rim, being able to protect the basketball, whether it is a fake or to shield the ball with his body. Does an excellent job.
Well, he's got 10 points here in the second half, 18 now for the game. And once again, it's West Virginia Tech's turn to push the lead back out after Oakland City closed the gap. Into the middle for Priester. Priester backs in. Turnaround shot in the paint. Count it, and the foul.
Priester able to muscle his way to the rim there, Chris. As he just bullied his way in the paint to get to the bucket. As you look at your little general replay, just backing down and just goes right over top of King for the bucket and a chance to create the three-point play.
That's going to be the third foul on Keandre King now, so he and Parker both creeping into foul trouble territory. We haven't seen Diop here in the second half as of yet for West Virginia Tech, as Priester converts the three-point play this time after he couldn't earlier in the half. The lead back down to 3. Now it looks like Oakland City going to go with some full court pressure. Now they get out of it. It's Work will bring it across the timeline. Near side now for Radford. We're closing in on 9 minutes to play here in the ball game. And now Sims is going to be called for a foul, trying to fight through that screen. And that'll be the second on him.
Yeah, he did the right thing. It was the right call as Sims came over the top of that ball handoff screen and and he slashed his hands on the inside. That's an easy call there for a veteran official.
So it'll be Radford inbound from the far side as trying to look at the team fouls. That's now 5 team fouls against Oakland City, 4 against West Virginia Tech here in the second half. It's King gives it off for Work. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Work's going to have to go. Lost control of it with 3 seconds. Now nice up and under move, and Work somehow
what a move
finishes.
by Andrew Work, Chris. Shot clock going down, able to make an up and under move, and a little step toward the rim to get it to go.
And he's now got 20 points here this afternoon. Top of the key where he had an open look from the free throw line, tried to back in and then lost the ball. Work comes up with it, doesn't have the numbers, so he'll wait for everyone else. And tough pass there by Parker, gets intercepted by Sims. He tried to fit that into a window that was already closed. Sims dumps it underneath, tried to find Priester, and goes out of bounds. And Priester trying to contest that he was being held there. I don't know if there was a little Hollywood theatrics on that or not, but
I think what the argument is that he was boxing out. He thought it was a shot, so he's boxing him out. It looked like a shot. It was intended as a pass, but, sometimes you can't put lipstick on a pig. It was just a bad shot selection, bad play, and there's no foul there when you're trying to box out.
I was going to say, that looks like me in a rec league right there. Top of the key, Parker. Looking down to 10 on the shot clock. Kicks it out. Work wasn't quite ready for it, but he gets it back, explodes to the basket, and Work finishes again.
Work, to put it nicely, has put in some work here in the second half.
I have fought for 30 minutes of this game plus to not say it, so I'm glad it was you and not me.
I'm going to check off all the bingo cards here tonight, Chris. Don't worry about it.
Cliche bingo has been achieved now as free throw line jumper by Moore. And he might be looking for more as we continue on here in the second half.
Just keep going down the list.
You have one, I'll take one too. We both sound like Jim Nance over here now.
I know.
So we're closing in on 7 minutes to play here in the contest. Tech still clinging to this 5-point lead. What a find!
Wow.
And Parker looking to end Worth's life that time with that dunk, but couldn't put it down. Now Sims lost control on the other end, and they'll call him for a travel. I'll tell you what, if Parker would have put down that dunk, we might have to just close up the Coliseum for the rest of the night.
That was going to be a massive throwdown. Here's the replay of Work's last basket. A little scramble for the ball, back behind, and able to get the lay-in. As again, Work has really cemented himself as the leader and scorer for this Golden Bears club here in the second half.
Well, here he goes again. 14 of his 22 points have come here in the second half. This time, though, gets tied up, knocked loose, and taken away by the Mighty Oaks. Driving in is Redding, and he'll finish, and the lead back down to 3. Again, Oakland City, like a cockroach, just won't die or go away in this game. Every time you feel like the Golden Bears have them about where they want them, they come charging back. So now here's Parker once again with it. Tries to drive in, but Redding gets his hands on it. Almost stole it away. Parker gets it back into the corner for Smithers, and he connects on the 3.
Smithers, a big shot from the corner. He's hit 2 there in the game so far, both in the second half, pushing this Tech lead back to 6.
Again, it just continues to yo-yo like this. Now Sakika steps back, can't connect on a 3. And that one ends up being deflected off of Sims out of bounds.
Right before the media timeout, Chris, there's the Smithers 3 from the left corner. Splash down for Smithers as Tech takes a 6-point lead into this break.
Well, we're down to 5:43 remaining. We'll be back after this as Tech still leading it by 6. You're watching West Virginia Tech men's basketball action here on Video Productions.
General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card. a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you. Little General Stores, your
Welcome back, everybody, here to the Charleston Coliseum. Chris Kidd and James Barker with you. Jack Withrow, our engineer, as West Virginia Tech 8-8 on the season, 3-3 in conference play. With the Mighty Oaks 7-9 overall, 1-5 in conference play. This a tough situation for both, fighting for positioning in the conference right now, James. This game's so big for both, with Oakland City trying to get out of the basement, with West Virginia Tech trying to climb into the upper echelon.
Yeah, and we've mentioned these teams evenly matched on paper. We've seen it here this afternoon from the Charleston Coliseum. This has been back and forth, back and forth. We have not seen any lead changes, though. That's what Oakland City would like to change, and the Golden Bears would like to keep the same.
Now here's Work with it. Gets to the free throw line, kicks it out for Radford. Boy, nice little move by him. Inside Work, lobs it underneath, and nice finish that time by Parker, and the lead now to 8.
Yeah, Parker with a good bucket there, Chris. A good ball movement there from the Golden Bears. But now, a wide open look here.
Oh, and unable to hit it. It's been that type of day from the outside for Oakland City. But another big rebound by West Virginia Tech here. 5 minutes to play in the contest.
Work holding his elbow there. He actually waved the ball off, so we'll have to see and kind of check on him as we move forward.
Now Smithers going for almost a dagger shot that time. Couldn't come up with it. Here comes Redding into the front court. Drives in strong, and now a blocking foul called. An amazing extension on that block by Parker. But now you've got a player down underneath, maybe Radford.
It is Radford. He's asking for help up, so he seems to be okay. As we look at the Little General instant replay, Redding in transition, and then just a great block. As it looked like that it was Parker that almost landed on Radford. Right, you can see may even accidentally landed on his face, because we can see maybe some blood there on the nose of Radford.
And it looked like Radford's head kind of whipped back and might have hit the ground as well there after he and Redding had that collision. So hopefully everybody's okay after that. Redding's free throw short. And any free throw miss right now looms large on either side. Redding's second free throw up. This one he does get to go, and it cuts the lead down to 7. As we get a full timeout, so we'll take it as well with 4:44 remaining. It's a 7-point Golden Bear lead. You're watching West Virginia Tech men's basketball right here on Video Productions. .444 remaining here in the second half. 58-51, West Virginia Tech leading Oakland City. Chris Kidd and James Barker with you. Jack Withrow, our engineer. It's West Virginia Tech basketball, and next couple of possessions are going to loom large here, James. Oakland City running out of time here. They need to put together some stops, but if West Virginia Tech can extend this lead to 9 or double digits, you feel like they've got Oakland City finally put away.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. This next 90 seconds will kind of tell the tale of this basketball game.
Yeah, and there's an easy offensive foul call on Parker. He just kind of lowered that elbow right into the chest and face area of Harrington, or of Moore that time. That'll be the 4th foul now on Parker.
But this is an important possession for Oakland City right here, as we'll see if they can find a way to cut into this Golden Bear lead.
Sakikis to the free throw line, got caught in midair, still able to find his man underneath, trying to force his way up. Shot won't fall for Harrington, and rebounded by Parker. Good job by him keeping his balance after that rebound as well.
Yeah, you almost thought he was going to move that pivot foot and have a walk, but it was not called. So a good rebound by Parker. A good shot there, though, by Harrington. Just couldn't get it to go.
Now kicks it out. Radford goes for a kill. No, it can't connect, and rebounded by Priester. Now here comes Redding back the other way. Drives in strong right side. Got it up. No good. Priester tries to tip it back, but can't get it to fall. And once again, Work down underneath the basket. And still grimacing as he comes up the floor. As they get it over for Smithers. And now for Work. And Work's going to call for timeout himself. And I think it's because he's hurting right now, wanting to get over to the bench and get some relief. As we'll see, this will be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep things here. But, yeah, Work, you could just tell he wasn't doing well after that, kind of looking like he's holding his hand or his fingers. So maybe he jammed them up whenever he hit the ground that time.
Yeah, Coach Wilmore, Chris, taking that time out there to kind of not only to get Work a little bit looked at and make sure he's okay, but at the same time it gives you a chance to reset. You got 18 seconds left on the shot clock here in this possession. You're almost inside 3 minutes, and it's kind of the magic point of this game right now is if you can get a bucket on this possession, get inside 3 minutes, and try to limit the possessions for the Mighty Oaks the rest of the way, you feel pretty confident the Golden Bears are going to pull out a victory. But they've got to take care of the basketball. They've got to still get good looks. And what we have seen here in the second half, Chris, all of those looks for both clubs, for the most part, have been inside the paint. And I think that's where West Virginia Tech has to attack here on this possession.
Again, Work with 22 points here on the afternoon to lead all scorers. On the other end, it's Alan Sims leading the way with 19 points for Oakland City, and Work draws the foul. So good job by him attacking on the interior, and that'll pick up another foul on Sims. That's going to be his 3rd. So now Work, it's 5 of 5 from the free throw line this afternoon. That one too strong.
You mentioned at about the 6-minute mark of this half, Chris, that any missed foul shot would loom large on both sides. And that was Work's first miss of the night or day from the charity stripe, but makes the second.
So that does push the lead back to 8. That's his 23rd point of the day. Over on the far side, again, Oakland City, they need to start finding the range from the outside, and they do as Sakikis hits a straight-on 3 and a quick timeout by Oakland City with 3:12 left. It'll be a full timeout, so we'll step aside as well. Back after this as you're watching West Virginia Tech men's basketball right here on Video Productions. 59-54. West Virginia Tech leading Oakland City as we're down to 3:12 remaining in the contest. Chris Kidd with you, alongside me, James Barker, with Jack Withrow, our engineer, as out of the timeout after this Sakikis 3. Now looks like we're going back over to the benches here. So I'm not sure what the stoppage is. So according to our engineer, Jack Withrow, may have some blood somewhere on the floor, but I don't necessarily see anyone cleaning it up. But it looks like it may be with work over here on the near side. Now I do see the trainer over near him trying to get maybe his uniform situated, and that'll bring on Darren Martin. So they'll want to get work patched up and fixed up as quickly as possible right now so he can get back into the game. But they're ready to go to action here with or without him. And this is a critical juncture with 3:12 left and only a 5-point lead for the Golden Bears.
With work out, you got to make sure Radford can take care of the basketball, as he's the other point guard on this team for the Golden Bears. So they get it in and then back off the pressure, so just full court man-to-man pressure on the inbound. And a steal there, Chris.
And the man that just checked into the game, Martin, lost it. Now Redding can't finish on the other end, and neither can the tip in. And boy, what a missed opportunity for Oakland City that time.
Redding just deflated there as he misses the layup. As you could just see the expression on his face. He probably makes that 85, 90% of the time and just couldn't get it to go. As you look at it on the replay here, just left it short on the up and under move. And you missed that shot, and now back on this end, you've got Parker at the line to shoot two.
And again, this could be a massive 4-point swing right here. And this will be a 1-and-1 opportunity for Parker, and he's able to sink the first.
Parker, a 64% shooter from the charity stripe on the season.
Now looking to push this back to a 3-possession lead, and he does. Parker with 6 points, all of them here in the second half. 2:47 to play. Lead back up to 7 for Tech. Moore gets it over for Sims. Sims gets a screen, driving in hard right side. Going to be a tough angled shot. Can't get it to go. Priester with the putback, and he'll be fouled on the play. And if that's Parker, that's going to be number 5 on him, and it is. So that's going to bring Diop into the contest.
It is 5, so Parker is gone. As we look at the replay here, Parker just trying to box out, and because he stayed in the box out while the shot was going on by Priester, that's where you get the whistle from. So Priester will shoot 2. He's 0 for 2 on the afternoon.
And this free throw, good. Priester, 6 points now. Trying to close this back to a 5-point game with 2:34 remaining. It's both teams in the penalty now, and Priester able to get the friendly roll. As Cochran will now check in for defensive purposes, it appears, as Harrington will go to the bench.
Cochran averaging about 15 minutes a game. We'll see what he tries to do with some good pressure on the inbound, but Work able to pick it up. He dribbled once. It goes off his chest, out of bounds. Absolutely the right call. And it looks like to me, Chris, Work did not want to use that left arm for whatever reason when he had the ball on the inbound pass. You know, he tried not to use that left arm, so it may still be an injury that is bothering him, as we've seen him take some hard falls.
Now the inbound at Sakikis. Really rushed a tough shot that time, and out of bounds over to West Virginia Tech. Again, really wasn't necessary that he fired that up that fast.
Well, that was an ill-advised shot there on an important possession in the game. You had just gotten the turnover back. Could have cut it to a one-score game if you take care of the basketball and execute, but they could not do it.
Now full court pressure by Oakland City, as Redding now going to go one-on-one here with Radford. Radford able to bring it across the timeline, 2:15 to play. Radford really jumbled up here with Smithers, but somehow able to get it to Smithers. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Now work with it and going to draw the foul on Sims, and that's going to be number 4 on him.
Also, Tech in the bonus, so that'll put Work at the line. They're calling it 2 shots.
Yeah.
No, 1 and 1 now.
Okay, I was going to say, there's no way that was on the shot. Now Work big 1-on-1, and he connects on it. 24 points now this afternoon for the junior out of Oak Hill, West Virginia. Second free throw good as well, so 2 big free throws for Work. Push this lead back up to 7. We hit 2 minutes to go. Moore drives baseline, kicks it out. Sakikis goes for 3 off the mark, and that's going to get out of bounds. And now West Virginia Tech starting to seize control of things down the stretch here as Cochran will check back in.
And Chris, you know, as you get a timeout here, but you look at the way the last 2 possessions have been for Oakland City, not really great shots or great looks, and they've rushed those plays when you were in a 5-point game and then now a 7-point game when you really needed a good possession.
And with that timeout, we'll step aside as well. 7-point lead for Tech as you're watching West Virginia Tech men's basketball right here on Video Productions. Welcome back, everybody. Chris Kidd, James Barker with you. Jack Withrow, our engineer, as West Virginia Tech trying to hang on here down the stretch against Oakland City as they lead at 63-56. Full court pressure by the Mighty Oaks. Golden Bears able to break it. Radford with it near midcourt. Gives it over. It's King, kicks it back out for Radford. 1:40 to play. And again, still plenty enough time here for Oakland City just to play defense and try and get stops. We talked about it during the break. It seems like they've just been rushing themselves here on the last several possessions on both ends. Smithers drives in, and he's rejected by Redding. Great play by him. So now an opportunity. Gets it over left side. Steps into a 3, and that's a big one as that'll fall for Drake Moore.
Huge possession 3 there. Kind of makes up for the last 2. Cuts it to a 4-point game, and you're going to get a timeout from the Golden Bears. As Moore with a huge 3 in transition.
Yeah, I think King was trying to be a little bit wry with the ball out of bounds there, and the officials started the count, so they had to call for time.
As you look at that instant replay on our Little General instant replay, Moore leaning into that 3 as he had to stop himself from a dead sprint. Wasn't a bad possession for the Golden Bears down here. They ran the shot clock down, got to the basket, but Redding with a big block, and then the 3 for Moore really has put this game into what we thought it was going to be, Chris, a really tight, contested game between 2 evenly matched teams.
And I'm not going to lie, I didn't think that shot from Harrington had much of a prayer whenever he leaned into it like that. It was such a tough play. Again, he was kind of going against his momentum as well, so it goes to show, or I should say Moore rather, but that just goes to show the type of touch Moore had as he's got the only 2 3-pointers on the game for Oakland City. But now you've still got 1:09 on the clock here. I don't think you got a foul right away here. I mean, you can still play defense and try and get the stop, get the score, and then think about fouling after that. But you start fouling now. Tech's been very effective at the free throw line today. You're just kind of putting yourself in a situation where you have to keep knocking down long jumpers, which hasn't been their forte today.
Yeah, and Chris, the only player that if the ball touches his hands that I might foul is Diop.
Yeah.
Diop on the season, Chris, shooting 53% from the field. You know, when you look at the way this game is, you don't want to foul and put anybody else at the line if you're Oakland City. But if Diop, for whatever reason, touches it, keep that time on the clock and foul him.
Now they avoid the initial pressure in the backcourt. King able to sidestep Cochran, gets across the timeline, tries to throw it up, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. With exactly 1 minute to go, and Oakland City beside themselves, they thought they might have had a steal and a chance at a basket on the other end, but instead it's going to send King to the free throw line.
You look at the replay here, yes, there is some contact there on King, and it's the right call. It's a 1-and-1 opportunity from King, an 81% free throw shooter on the season, averaging 11 points per game, as he has been pretty good down the stretch, but misses that one, the front end of that 1-and-1, and now it's going to give the Mighty Oaks a chance.
Now tops the kick us, under a minute to play. Moore fakes, gets it back, drives in left side, and Diop helped alter that shot on the inside, and Moore threw it over top of the backboard.
And again, Chris, we have stated this for a few possessions for Oakland City down the stretch here. There wasn't necessarily a need for a rush. It was just a need for a good possession, and they rushed it there.
It has. There's been a few times they've just been playing their offensive possessions like it's a 5-alarm fire.
And now you want to see a foul with, you're down 4. They get a jump ball. They did. Unbelievable.
Wow. Radford gets tied up, so a great job there by Oakland City to force that tie up. Now they get it back with 29.6 seconds to go. And if you're Oakland City, this is your possession for the game at the moment. You just want to run something good here and try and get a basket to put some pressure on Tech.
Absolutely. Just need a good shot within about 10 seconds into the possession.
Now here comes Moore. Nice spin move on the inside, and going to get the foul called with 22.8 seconds left. Looked like he was getting ready to lose that ball, but they're going to whistle the foul, and that's going to be the 4th foul on King.
We look at the Little General instant replay here on the foul, and maybe just a little contact on a hook on that spin move may have just tried to pull Moore a little bit away. Moore, a 64% free throw shooter on the season, makes the first.
So it's back now to a 1-possession game. Again, the largest lead of this game has been 9.
If you miss and Diop gets the rebound, you got to foul him right away.
Oh,
see if they do it.
Knocked loose.
No, it's knocked away.
And it's saved by Oakland City, down to 17 seconds. They trail it by 3, and a timeout called. And Moore hit the 3 after the timeout was called. Boy, that isn't sort of appropriate for the way the game's been for them from the outside tonight. I don't know what is, but now you've got an interesting situation here. 3-point game, 14.7 seconds to go. Again, do you allow Oakland City to get a shot off here from the outside, or if you Tech, do you think about fouling?
You know, I've kind of been wrong in the last 2 instances, which I've talked about, so I'll kind of leave it up to Coach French over there to draw up the right thing to do. But, it's interesting that, Diop goes up, has his hands on the ball, but the physicality of Oakland City able to rip it away from him. They get the ball back. I think you go for the 3 at this point in time in the game. There's just too much leeway for a foul, and then the run and dribble down the floor. You're wasting seconds if that occurs. So you got to go for the 3, go for the tie. If you miss, you got to go all you can at that rebound and see what you can do. Obviously, it looks like it's either going to come off the hands of Secaucus or come off the hands of Moore, and those are the 2 guys that I think you identify if you're the Golden Bears to try to defend. Secaucus, a 48% three-point shooter on the season. So we'll see kind of what the Mighty Oaks do here off this inbound play.
They inbound it to Redding. Gives it off for Moore. Lost control of it, but gets it back. Down to 9 seconds. Secaucus, he'll go for the tie. We're all square. 6 seconds to go. And Secaucus drains the three. And a chance to send this game to overtime.
They're going to look at this. Three. Secaucus, three. It's good. His feet are well behind the line. And this is a tie game, Chris. 63-63. What a finish here in the Coliseum.
And again, West Virginia Tech led it by 7 with under 2 minutes to go, under a minute and a half to go here in the fourth quarter. And they have come back now to tie it. We'll keep things here with 7.5 seconds to go as they put an extra second back on the clock. We'll set the scene here again. 1 timeout apiece still left. Don't see how. It seems like both teams have called about 35 timeouts here in the second half, but both teams still have 1 timeout remaining. And if you're West Virginia Tech, you figure the ball's got to end up in Andrew Work's hands right here. And, you know, it's going to have to be significant contact if they're going to call a foul in this situation. So I don't know if you can count on just driving to the rim and seeing if the officials are going to call something. You may have to try and set something up to where you get yourself a good look at an open jumper, maybe about 15 feet and out.
Are you full court pressure here? Do you give some token full court pressure? And if you do you risk, creating a foul and sending, Work or Radford to the line? Because those are the two that are going to try to get the basketball right here. You have Smithers inbounding underneath, and you've got King, Work, and Radford all trying to get open.
Well, they will pressure them full court as Work will take their inbound. Here he comes, down to 4 seconds, kicks it out. King for the win! In and out. We're going to overtime here from the Coliseum as Oakland City has battled back from 7 down in the final minute and a half. And we'll be back after this for the extra 5-minute session as you take one more look at it. Kings 3 online, but just rolled off. And we'll be back after this for the extra session as you are watching West Virginia Tech men's basketball right here on Video Productions.
The Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia High School athletics and our area student athletes. Beckley Auto Mall with 3 locations for your convenience. 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, 2723 Old Bluefield Road in Princeton, and 368 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia student athletes, a winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bank.
63-63 as we head to overtime here from the Charleston Coliseum in Charleston, West Virginia. Chris Kidd and James Barker with you. And well, James, we said it was just a game of runs back and forth. Tech getting out to a lead of about 7-9. Oakland City coming back each time, but they finally caught the car at the end of regulation.
Yeah, Oakland City hasn't had a lead since 2-0. We haven't had a tie game since 2-2. And now Oakland City for a chance for their first lead since the first basket of the game.
Secaucus can't finish. Rebound tipped around, tipped out. Smithers takes it. So here he comes into the front court. Both teams given an extra timeout here in overtime, so both will have 2. Radford 3 from the wing, short. Rebound comes down for Moore. Yeah, like you said, James, it was the opening basket of the game, was the only lead for Radford here tonight, or for Oakland City here tonight. As Sims will kick it out. Wary Drives in on Diop, got right into his body again, can't finish, fights for the loose ball, gets it back. Diop with a block and taken away by Smithers. You can see Diop, he's feeling the pain after where he put that shoulder right into him that time.
Yeah, he really lowered his body weight into his chest as he's just trying to fight for position.
And now Work with a nice little floater in the lane gives Tech the lead back.
Work now with 27 in the game, Chris.
And he has been a monster here in the second half. 19 of those 27 in the second half and overtime. It's top of the key. Now they dump it down low to Weary. As he backs in hard on Diop again. No whistle, and now we get a whistle and an offensive foul called on Weary.
That's the first time we have seen the officials make that call as Weary, as you can see here on our little general replay, really backing down. And just at that tail end, that just little extension, we've talked about it all day, that little extension of the arm and elbow got the offensive foul call.
Now West Virginia Tech, 2-point lead and the ball here in overtime. Work inside, tries to go up and under, can't finish. Ball tipped out. Nice tip pass by Secaucus up ahead. Moore tried to go behind his back and lost it. And now Diop swats it away on the inside. They get it back, though, does Oakland City. Weary, not an outside threat, gives it off for Moore. He'll drive to the baseline, gives it off to Sims. Now Secaucus again. Back out for Sims. He'll take the three, tried to bank it in, but wouldn't fall and work with the board.
You can tell he took that shot, didn't really want to take that three, but felt like, well, if you're going to give it to me, I might as well try to take it. He is not a three-point shooter, Sims, only 12% on the season.
Now big possession here as we're nearly halfway through our first overtime. King, nice take on the left side, and King will lay it in.
Good move from Keandre King there, Chris. Able to cradle that ball, shield it from Weary on the inside and get the lay in.
He's got 15 points now for the game. Up top with it is Sims. Oakland City yet to score here in overtime. They go down low for Weary again. Gives it off Secaucus. He'll pull up for the jumper. Can't bank it in. Rebound tipped and falls into the hands of Diop. And now West Virginia Tech. Under 2 minutes to go in overtime and a 4-point lead. Both these teams trying to battle for better positioning in their conference right now. Oakland City at 1-5 in the conference. West Virginia Tech 3-3. Work. Tough take on the right side. He'll draw the foul, and that'll send him to the line.
Good call there as Moore kind of raked his hands across the wrist of Work as he went up for the shot. As two big foul shots here for Andrew Work. Chris, we mentioned only averaging 23 minutes a game, but he has played well over that allotment today.
Yeah, I was going to say, they've definitely let him go here with what's at stake in this contest right now. And the fact that he's had such a good game. His Work hits on 1 of 2. That does push the lead to 5 now. 1:35 to go. Moore, tough take inside, and Diop. He's been everywhere here in overtime. Redding, though, gets it, and he'll put up a big jumper to cut the lead back to 3.
Still a one-possession game. You think Moore kind of forgot that Diop was lurking on the inside there and went at the rim. Diop did a good job coming over for that block, but Redding able to hit the shot. As we'll see Radford kind of slow things down here for just a second.
Now Radford found himself free, pulls up, and hits a huge jumper.
Such a tough shot. You've played almost 35, 40 minutes of basketball for Radford. I don't know how many minutes he's been off the floor, but they hit that pull-up jump shot so tough.
Now long rebound comes out. Moore gets it after the miss. Sims now steps back, thought about a 3. Instead goes inside. Weary back over to Sims. He will take the 3. Won't fall. Rebound tipped and taken away by King.
You got to foul here. You've got 35 seconds on the clock, 25 on the shot clock. You've got to come out and at least contest and foul. You're down 5.
Yeah, I'm surprised. And now the bench does alert them to the situation, and they will foul Work with 26.4 seconds to go.
Just a question. Chris. You know, you're coming down the floor. You've got Sims in the corner who's not a three-point shooter. Your possession's very, very important there. You've got those 2 timeouts. Why not take a timeout, reset, and try to get, you know, a better shot from somebody else?
It's actually a good point right there as work hits the first. Yeah, because they didn't really seem like they were set up and were a little disjointed right there. And, again, Sims tried to not take it the first time, but second time he knew it was probably the best look they were going to get on that possession and kind of felt like he had an obligation to take it. As work hit 1 of 2, so it's still 2-possession game. Moore for 3 off the back iron, no good. Ball tipped high in the air, still loose, and Smithers comes away with it, and West Virginia Tech looks as if they're going to survive Oakland City here this afternoon. And what has been a terrific back-and-forth contest all day long.
Yeah, it's been an absolute dandy. It's an interesting way this game is finished. You know, Oakland City led the game at 2-0. They did not lead the rest of the way, so they somehow get it to overtime, but still cannot find a way to lead in this game since the first basket of the game. And West Virginia Tech able to just finish this game, finding a way to finish off the Mighty Oaks.
Smithers hits on 1 of 2, but it's enough to push this to a 3-possession game. As back the other way, Diop, why not another block? As Weary gets it back and he's fouled with 4.8 seconds to go. And if I'm West Virginia Tech right now, I'm just kind of staying out of the way, but Diop had another opportunity for a block and he took it.
You look at the instant replay there, Chris. Diop just again the rim protector right now for the Golden Bears, and he's going to finish the game with 7 blocks, 3 blocks in this overtime period. Just he has done an excellent job defensively. You know, the physicality part, obviously, that's something we talked about, may have to work on, but the verticality of his game, the rim protection of his game, very good.
Weary misses on the second. Diop with the rebound, and that will do it. What a game this afternoon from the Charleston Coliseum in Charleston, West Virginia. And it's the West Virginia Tech Golden Bears getting back above 500 as they move to 9-8 on the year and push Oakland City to 7-10 as they win it in overtime, 72-66. James and I will step aside for a quick break and come back to recap things right after this as you're watching West Virginia Tech men's basketball right here on Video Productions.
General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you. Little General Stores, your
72-66, West Virginia Tech knocks off Oakland City here in overtime today. Chris Kidd and James Barker with you. Jack Wither, our engineer. And James, is a game that never got above double digits either way. West Virginia Tech would get out to a 7-9 point lead. Here come Oakland City back to cut it to 2 or tie. But then in the end, it was once again a West Virginia Tech run and denying Oakland City that lead that they only held at 2-0 in this game. Tech led it the rest of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. A great synopsis of the way the game went, Chris. It's that Rounders quote from Teddy KGB. It was alligator blood. They couldn't go away. Oakland City would not go away in this game, but finally just a little bit too much from the Golden Bears there late in overtime. And then you mentioned, Chris, a game of runs. No huge leads for either club or West Virginia Tech. They had the lead most of the game, but really a great job by Andrew Work, really controlling the pace of that game in the second half. And then a lot of timely shooting from the Golden Bears in the second half as well. Radford hit a couple big shots, and then Smithers with 2 big threes from the outside when you really thought that Oakland City was going to come back in the game. Smithers really hit those 2 shots in the second half to kind of keep that lead and keep the Mighty Oaks at bay. And then in the overtime period, good defense from the Golden Bears really shut things down for Oakland City. And then the ability to get to the basket and make foul shots late really put this game away for West Virginia Tech.
Yeah, and here tonight, Andrew Work led the way with 29 points, leading all scorers for the contest. Condre King finished with 15, Bryce Radford 13 to round out the double-digit scoring for West Virginia Tech, and then Diop with 8 blocks total in this game, 4 of those coming in overtime when they desperately needed it. And like you said, if that kid fills out, he's going to be a terror on the inside for Tech moving forward. And Oakland City leading the way for them here this evening was Alan Sims, 19 big points for him to help keep Oakland City close in this contest. But again, now that they head towards second half of the season, James, West Virginia Tech, nice win here today, moved to 4-3 in the conference. Going to need some of that guard play from Work to continue as they continue on. But this is a Tech club that could continue climbing the ladder in the conference as long as they can keep everyone healthy. And if Diop's able to provide more minutes off the bench like that, they're going to be really tough on the inside.
Absolutely. And, they move a game ahead of 500 not only in the conference but their overall record as well. So we're starting to see this Golden Bears club try to make a push here in the second half of the season heading into conference tournament play.
It'll be interesting to see how things start to shake out for West Virginia Tech moving forward. But we're glad you were with us here this afternoon for our women's contest and men's contest. Again, the Oakland City women staying undefeated in conference play, 89-67. They defeat West Virginia Tech. And then the West Virginia Tech men with a 72-66 overtime win over Oakland City here today. So we want to thank everyone that helped bring us these contests here today on Video Productions. And for Jack Withrow, engineering for us here today, Butch Mounts, our executive producer on Video Productions, and James Barker, I'm Chris Kidd saying so long here today from the Charleston Coliseum as you've been listening to and watching West Virginia Tech men's basketball action right here on Video Productions.